Rob here with Electrum Supply, and today I'm going to show you how to set up the Epson Eco Tank printer with Electrum Eco Stencil Ink to make your tattoo stencils. In this video we're going to be using the Epson Expression ET2650 printer. So I'll get this unpacked and show you how to do it. When you get the printer unpacked, this is everything that's going to come inside the box. Obviously you have the printer, you have your installation instructions with a disc that has the driver on it in case you need that, power cord, and then you get 4 bottles of ink. Don't throw these bottles of ink away because these caps are really handy for filling up the printer. So we'll go ahead and get all this stuff off of here and get the printer set up, and I'll show you how to fill the tanks. Okay, now we have the printer all unpacked, all the tape's been removed, we're ready to go. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn the printer to the side. Don't want to plug the printer in yet at this point, just leave the power off. I don't even have the cable plugged in yet. We're going to fill the tanks before we do anything. You're going to have a rubber cap on each of these tanks. So there's a couple options here that you can do. One 4-ounce bottle will fill these tanks about halfway each. 2 bottles will fill the tanks completely. So 8 ounces of product will fill each of these tanks 100%. The other option is fill the black tank completely and put just a small amount of ink in each of the color tanks. And when you print your stencils, you just print black and white, and it only pulls ink from the black tank. You're never going to print in color anyways, so I think that's the best option, and that's the option that I'm going to choose to do here in this setup video. So first thing we're going to do is we're just going to take the caps off of all of these reservoirs, and we'll get ready to fill. When you fill, be sure to wear gloves. This ink will stain you very badly, and you do not want to get this stuff on your hands or your clothes. So always wear gloves when doing this. And have some paper towels handy too, just in case you have any spills on accident. Now, when you buy Eco Stencil, it's going to come in a bag like this. It's going to come with a dispensing cap, which you can use. This cap works fine, fits right down nicely into the hole. Or you can simply take one of the caps off of the ink bottles that come with the printer, and these caps work really nice. So just unscrew that, set the ink to the side, take your bottle of Eco Stencil, peel off the safety seal like so. Just be careful, we don't want to get that on anything. So sit that off to the side, or just kind of stick it in there to keep it from getting on anything. And then we'll put this cap on the Eco Stencil bottle, and we can pop this cap off, and we're ready to fill. So what I'm going to do is put just a small amount in each of these colored tanks. Just a little bit, like so. Like I said, you will probably spill a little bit here and there. It's okay. A little bit of paper towel and you can clean that up. But I want to put a little bit in each of the color tanks just so that the printer doesn't think it's out of ink. So the rest of the ink I'm going to go ahead and just fill with this black tank. Up to the fill line there. Okay, so that one is now completely full, so now I'll go back in and put the remainder of the bottle, whatever's left, into each of the color tanks. Just put a little bit more into each one of those. Okay, there we go. We're all full. Okay, now I'm going to clean up this little bit of mess and recap these tanks, and then we'll be ready to set this thing up and start printing. So I'm gonna go grab some paper towels and clean this up, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, everything's cleaned up nice and neat. Just take a little bit of alcohol and you'll be able to wipe off any ink spills that you might have had when you were filling up. It cleans up pretty simple with alcohol. Everything's recapped. We're gonna keep these other 3 bottles of ink that came with the printer just because we'll save those caps for when we have to refill again later. So we'll just set those off to the side. Now we're gonna go ahead, close that up, and we're gonna get the power established, and we're gonna set it up to where it's ready to print from our computer. Also to note, if you go on the website, electrumsupply.com, go to the Eco Stencil product page, you can download these installation instructions right off of the page. You can read them on your computer screen, or you can choose to print them off, but it's very detailed on how to set up the printer, how to fill it. Everything that I'm showing you in this video is right here. So that is available on electrumsupply.com, the Eco Stencil product page. So now we'll go ahead and get the power established, and then we'll go through the setup process in regards to setting it up to print wirelessly and all that good stuff. Okay, we've established power to the printer, so we're just going to go ahead and turn it on at this point. We'll wait for it to kick on and do its thing, and then we'll just go through the setup process. It's going to take you through which language you want to set up in, so of course we're going to choose English for now. It's telling us that it's preparing the printer right now. This is all Wi-Fi and Bluetooth enabled, so you can print wirelessly from this printer. I'm pretty sure you can do that from most of the Eco Tank printers, but I've primarily stuck with the 2650 through all of my personal use. I know some other artists are using different printers. If you go on the website, electrumsupply.com, again on the product page, I have listed there several compatible printers, and I've also been told by other artists that you can use Eco Tank printers outside of the Epson line. I guess a lot of people have problems with the Epson printers. I've been lucky so far and I haven't had any problems, but there are other models of printers that you can use. As long as it's an Eco Tank printer, I think you're good to go. Okay, so now it's saying see the setup manual to complete the initial ink charging. So I'm just going to hit OK. It'll tell you in here how to charge the ink tanks as well. It says connect the power cord, raise the control panel, then follow steps 12, 13, and 14. Press and hold OK button for 3 seconds on the LCD screen to start the ink charging. 1, 2, 3. Confirm the tanks are filled with ink. Hit the triangle to initialize. So now it says initializing. Do not turn the power off. So we'll let it go through that process. Okay, now that the initialization process is complete, we can set up the Wi-Fi. Now, for your information, the initialization process is going to take about 10 minutes. So when you get to that point, just go ahead and let it do its thing, and then come back and we'll go to the Wi-Fi setup. So it's real simple. Once that initialization process completes, it's going to bring up the main menu screen here, which gives you all the options to copy, scan, print, yada yada. One to the left is the Wi-Fi setup, so if you just go there and hit that, it's going to give you 2 options: Wi-Fi recommended and Wi-Fi direct. We're going to go with Wi-Fi recommended. That's going to pull up a thing, and that's going to tell you that you can print wirelessly from computers and devices via Wi-Fi. OK. It's going to bring you right to the Wi-Fi setup wizard. We're going to hit OK, and it's searching for Wi-Fi networks that are available. So when you see your Wi-Fi network come up, you're going to want to find that, hit that, and then you're going to need to enter your password. So enter password, OK. Now I need to go to lowercase. All right, put your password in and it should connect to your Wi-Fi network. And then you're gonna have to go to your computer or your iPad, download the driver for the ET2650. If you Google that, you should be able to pull up the driver right from the Epson website, or you can put in the CD-ROM that comes with the printer and just set up the driver off of the disk. On your iPad, you'll have to set that up the way you normally set up printers on your iPad. Okay, now that the printer is set up out there in the other room, we need to install the printer driver. So we are going to just type in Epson ET 2650 driver into Google, and we should be able to go right to the product page. Now, I always look for the manufacturer's website, not any third-party websites to download the drivers from, just because I know that I'm going to get the actual driver and not some spam or anything like that. I use a Mac, so it's automatically detecting my operating system. I don't generally like to download the combo package. I just want the driver. I don't need all that extra software. So I just want printer driver version 10.33 download. And once that's done, we'll open up and we'll install that driver. Okay. So we'll go ahead and get this. Just gonna go right through the setup process. Install. Okay, installation was successful. We'll move that to the trash. And go ahead and minimize this. Okay, now that we have the driver installed, we just need to add the printer. You're going to want to make sure that your computer or your iPad is on the same network as the printer to do this. On a Mac, it's really easy. You're going to go to System Preferences. You're going to open up your printers and scanners, and you're going to hit the plus down here. Now, that should automatically detect the printer. Here you see we have it up here, 2650. There are two printer versions here. I'm going to choose the Epson TCP/IP, and we're going to add that. Okay, printer's now added, so we should be good to print now. So we're going to try to open up a stencil, and we'll try to print that now. So I have some test stencils here that I've been using to print. We'll go through this. So we're gonna just try to print this one. Okay, we're gonna be printing on Paycon tracing paper 96510. This is also available on our website. You can buy this. Comes in reams of 500 sheets. It's very affordable. I only load one sheet of paper into the printer at a time because it's so thin. The printer will sometimes try to grab multiple sheets of paper at a time, and this is a problem. So I've just gotten the habit of only loading one sheet of paper in at a time. Okay, so now we're gonna print this stencil. It's real simple. We're just gonna go to File, Print from our MacBook. There's no cables connected. This is all wireless. When we switch it to the 2650 right here, it should give you the option to print in black and white. You can also scale this any way that you want to. If you want to make it smaller, larger, you have those options to do that. You can also play around with contrast in Photoshop if you want darker stencils, lighter stencils. Procreate, I think you can do that in Procreate. So if you're printing from the iPad, you can simply adjust the contrast to get deeper and darker stencils. We're going to go ahead and try to print this now. I'm not going to mess with any settings for the purpose of this video. I'm just going to show you how it prints, and it should pop right on out of here. Process goes pretty fast. See it printing there. Okay, and there you have it. Your stencil's printed. Now this is ready to be transferred to the skin. I'll do a separate video and show you how to do that, and we'll just combine that all into this, and we should be good to go. So check out Eco Stencils today. You can buy that right on our website, electrumsupply.com. Also, many other suppliers are now carrying the product, so check with your suppliers, see if they're carrying it. If they're not, request them to carry it, and they'll get it in. $79.99 for 4 ounces. That'll get you about 3,000 stencils, depending on the darkness and size of the stencil. Obviously, there's some plus and minuses in there, but on average, you should get about 3,000 stencils. Also, our skin prep and stencil repositioner is highly recommended for prepping the skin. This is a product that will remove all surface oils and will not strip out the skin from essential moisture like alcohol will or hand sanitizer. This product is great for prepping the skin. It will also give you a much better transfer. The stencil will last a lot longer if you use this product. We have our original stencil primer, and then we have the gold standard. So the original is just a gel base, gold standard is a lotion base. Personally, I find the gold standard to be a little bit better for highly detailed and intricate stencils, like your ornamental stuff or realism stencils. Both products work great for transferring Eco Stencils to the skin. It's all a user preference, so give one a shot, try it out. Thank you so much for trying Eco Stencils, and thank you so much for your support of Electrum and the great products that we manufacture for artists worldwide.